Welcome back, dear children. So we have discussed about the two different types of mechanical energy. Which were they? Kinetic and potential, isn't it? So now we will move to the conversion of energy as well as different forms of energy. So it's better you can keep the textbook with you and you can underline the major points. Else it is very difficult to write the entire thing. So please open your textbook. Take page number 33. Conversion of potential energy into kinetic energy. Okay. So first thing what you should keep in mind is the energy possessed by a body at rest will be always potential. Okay. So if you want, you can note it there. The energy possessed by a body at rest will be always potential. When it comes to use, it will be kinetic. Okay. When it comes to use, it will be kinetic. Energy possessed by a body at rest will be potential, but when it comes to use, it will be kinetic. Now, 4 examples are given in order to show that potential energy always gets converted to kinetic energy at first. We have discussed about the law of transformation of energy. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can only be transformed from one form to another, isn't it? So, here first we will be having potential energy and then it gets converted to kinetic, and from kinetic it changes to different forms. So 4 examples are given here which I have already discussed. First one is about a hammer. So you are keeping a wooden plank on the floor. Then we are having a nail. Okay, so a nail is here. If I want to make this nail pierce completely into this wood, if I take a hammer and if I hit from here, it won't. So what can I do? Just raise the hammer. After that, if I hit on it, this nail will pierce into the wood easily. Why? Because when the hammer is raised, work is done in order to raise the hammer, and this work done on the hammer is stored as gravitational potential energy. Then when it comes down, it gets converted to kinetic, and that energy stored in it is used in order for the nail to pierce into the wood. Okay, so that is an example. Nothing is there to mark in that. Now the second one is about a wound up watch spring. So I told you, in the case of our toys, we'll be having key. So when you wind the key, actually you are doing work on it, and that work is stored in the form of elastic potential energy. When you take it, what happens? Unwinding of the spring takes place and the body will move. Now, third one is about a bow and an arrow. So if you want to leave the arrow, what should you do? First you will keep the arrow together with the bow. Then you will stretch the bow. Once you stretch the bow, the arrow will move, isn't it? How? You are doing some work on the bow, and that is stored in the form of elastic potential energy, and this will help the arrow to move. Now the fourth one, you can see the diagram there, figure 2.12 given in your textbook. So we are having a spring, and above the spring a ball is placed. Okay, a ball is placed above the spring. At first the ball is in the state of rest. Now when you compress the spring, what happens? When you compress the spring, the entire thing will go down, and when you take the hand, the ball will fly off. Why? When you are compressing the spring, you are doing work on it, and that work is stored in the form of which energy? It is stored in the form of elastic potential energy, and that potential energy is used by the ball to move out. Okay, so 4 different examples are given there. Just have a look on these examples. So questions won't come to explain these things. It will be asked in which form of energy will it get converted. Now comes about the different forms of energy. First one is solar energy. So what is solar energy? The energy radiated out from the sun can be called as solar energy, isn't it? So please underline that. The energy radiated out from sun can be called as solar energy. Now, with solar energy, we are having solar panels, solar furnaces and solar cells. Solar panels are used in order to heat water, isn't it? Solar panels to heat water. Solar furnaces, there the solar energy will be focused using the mirrors. Using mirrors, the solar energy will be focused to pipes, and in that water will be there. The water gets heated up with the solar energy. It gets converted to steam, and this steam is used in order to rotate the turbines of a generator. And by rotating the turbine, what is produced? Electrical energy is produced. Okay, then the third one is about a solar cell. Solar cells actually converts solar energy directly into electrical energy. Okay, so you can underline these three uses. First, solar energy means the energy radiated from the sun. There are three uses. First one, solar panel. It is used to heat water. Solar furnaces, it is used to produce electricity. Water gets boiled and gets converted to steam using solar energy, and this steam is used in order to rotate the turbines. Now the third one, solar cell. It directly converts solar energy to electrical energy. Now the next one is about heat energy. So already we know what is heat. It is a form of energy which produces the sensation of hotness or coldness, isn't it? So here it is given that the energy which is produced by burning coal, oil, wood, gas, etc. can be called as heat energy. Okay, so please underline that. What all things you learned in your lower classes and what you know. So just underline the definition for heat. Then in steam engines, earlier we had the steam engines. So there the heat energy of the steam was used in order to move the train. Okay. Then next is light energy. So what is light? The energy which we need to see something, that can be, or which creates the sensation of vision, can be called as light energy. So please underline that. Usually we are no questions comes from this part. Okay, only with conversion a 2-mark question will come, but anyway you just mark and consider just the definitions for these things. Then chemical energy. So what is chemical energy? The energy possessed by the fuels can be called as chemical energy. So which are the fuels? Fossil fuels, coal, petroleum and natural gas. The energy possessed by the fossil fuels can be called as chemical energy. Then next is hydro energy. Hydro energy, the energy produced from the speed of water. The energy possessed by fast moving water can be called as hydro energy. I hope you are underlining the definitions. Now itself you can study this and go. Okay. So the energy possessed by running water can be called as hydro energy. Now electrical energy. The energy possessed due to charged bodies. It can be called as electrical energy. When two dry bodies are rubbed together, they get charged due to movement of free electrons and they possess electrical energy. Or a simple definition you can write there. The energy possessed by charges or charged bodies can be called as electrical energy. Now we have nuclear energy. The energy released due to loss in mass during nuclear fission or nuclear fusion can be called as nuclear energy, or the energy stored inside the nucleus can be called as nuclear energy. So when you consider the nucleus, large amount of energy is present in it, and that is known as nuclear energy. And how are we taking this nuclear energy? either by nuclear fission or by nuclear fusion. Nuclear fission means breaking the nucleus. Fusion means combining two or more lighter nuclei. So when you are breaking the nuclei or when you are combining the nuclei, the mass of the reactants won't be equal to the mass of the products. Always we will see that the mass of the products which we get will be less than the mass of the reactants, and that mass gets converted to energy according to Einstein's mass energy relation, and this is the energy which we get from the nucleus. Okay, once again, when we are considering nucleus, large amount of energy is stored on it, so you can take it by nuclear fission or nuclear fusion. In nuclear fission means breaking a nucleus into two halves. Nuclear fusion means combining the nuclei, two or more lighter nuclei. In all these, the sum of the masses of the reactants will not be equal to the products, mass of the products. Sum of the mass of the reactants will not be equal to the mass of the product. Some part of the mass gets converted to energy according to Einstein's mass energy relation, E equal to mc square. Okay, and that is the energy which we are getting. Now, geothermal energy. The energy released in nuclear disintegrations in the interior of the earth. It gets stored deep inside the earth, and that is known as geothermal energy. The energy stored beneath the earth's surface. And how it is formed? It is actually formed from the nuclear disintegrations. Then the energy possessed by fast moving air can be called as wind energy. Then next is sound. Due to vibrations, the sound energy is produced, which causes sensation to our ears. Now, magnetic energy. Energy possessed by magnet can be called as magnetic energy. Then about mechanical energy already we learned. So different forms of energy are given there. Just have a look on it. Okay, it's not of much importance. You can underline the definition. So usually such questions won't come since these are very simple. Okay. Now, the next part is important. For most of the board exams, a 2-mark question. 2 questions usually come to show the conversion of energy. So, it's very important. You can underline and keep this. Okay. Page number 35. Conversion of one form of energy into another. First one, mechanical to electrical energy. So can you give an example where mechanical energy gets converted to electrical energy? The best example is a generator, isn't it? So when you are considering a hydroelectric power station, water will be stored in huge dams. They possess potential energy. When the shutters are opened, the water will come down. It rushes out. That is, potential energy gets converted to kinetic energy. And this water will be made to fall on huge turbines of the generator. So therefore, with this force of water, the turbines will rotate. That is again rotational kinetic energy, and due to the rotation of turbines, electricity is produced. Okay, so near that heading, if you want, you can write there generator, or you can underline that. It is given in the second paragraph. Electric generator. So it's a question which was asked many times. The type of energy conversion in a generator. So it is mechanical to electrical. Now the reverse is given here, electrical to mechanical. So what is the example? It is motor, an electric motor. Okay. So in a motor, you will be supplying electricity. When electric current is passed through it, it will rotate. That means motion. Mechanical energy is produced. Okay. So underline electric motor. Example for electrical energy to mechanical energy is motor. Mechanical to electrical is generator. Okay. Now, next is electrical to heat energy. Very simple. Electric to heat. We are having the geysers, heater, all these things. Then even our iron box. Electrical to heat energy. Many examples you can see. So please underline the examples for electrical to heat. Now the next one is heat to electrical. So heat to electrical means here it's a new thing. It is thermocouple. Okay. Thermocouple means you will be having two metals, and these two metals will be placed such that it's they are placed closer and both will be at a different temperature. Okay. So two junctions of two different metals are kept at different, that is two metals you will be having, and these two junctions will be of different temperature. Then after some time electricity will be produced. This is known as thermocouple. Okay. So please underline heat energy to electrical energy means it is thermocouple. Then next is, so electric to heat, geyser, heater, iron box, etc. Heat to electrical means it's thermocouple. Please underline. This part is important. Okay. Then next is electric to sound. So electric to sound and sound to electric. This also usually comes for the exam and will create confusion. So always remember this. Electrical energy to sound energy means it is loudspeaker. Sound energy to electrical energy means it is microphone. Okay. So when you are speaking, you will keep the microphone near the mouth. So sound gets converted to electrical energy by the microphone and it will be transmitted. Now, we will be having the loudspeakers. That is, you will be transferring. In the case of loudspeaker, what happens there? Electrical energy which we send gets converted to sound energy. Okay. So that also usually creates confusion. So please by heart that. Electric to sound means loudspeaker. Sound to electric means microphone. Then next is electric to chemical. So when you are charging a battery, so by charging, when you are charging your phone, in all these cases, okay, actually it is battery, not in the case of phone. So if it is charging a battery means electrical energy gets converted to chemical energy, and that chemical energy is stored in the battery, and when we are using the battery, what happens? Chemical energy gets converted to electrical energy. Okay, so if it is electric to chemical means charging a battery. If it is chemical to electrical means an electric cell. So in an electric cell, chemical energy is stored, and when you are using it gets converted to electrical energy. Now next is chemical to light energy. Candle, crackers, in all these cases it is chemical to light energy. Light to chemical energy. Photosynthesis. Plants use solar energy to produce food by photosynthesis. So it is solar energy or the light energy gets converted to chemical energy. The food prepared by the plants is stored in the form of chemical energy. Now next one is electrical to light energy. Simple one, isn't it? Electric bulb, tube, all these things. Now, light to electrical energy, it's important. Photoelectric cell. Okay, photoelectric cell. In that, the light energy gets converted to electrical energy. It's a new term for you. Please underline. Photoelectric cell. Now, next one, or a solar cell. Solar cell converts light energy to electrical energy. Heat energy to mechanical energy, steam engine. So the heat of the steam is used in order to run the trains. So heat to mechanical is steam engine. Then next is chemical to heat energy. When you are burning the fuels, wood, coal, charcoal, all these things they have chemical energy in them. When you are heating it, it gets converted to heat energy, isn't it? By burning, this chemical energy stored in these fuels gets converted to heat energy. Now, last point given there, it's very important. Many times the same question came. In respiration, chemical energy is converted to heat energy. Please underline that. 14th point. Last one, in respiration, energy change in respiration. Chemical energy gets converted to heat energy. Okay, it came for the board exam many times. Now, next one is chemical to mechanical. So simple one. In the case of automobiles, you are using fuels, isn't it? So that those fuels actually store chemical energy. When the car starts moving, this chemical energy gets converted to mechanical or kinetic energy. Now, electric to magnetic energy, electromagnets. We have learned about electromagnets in the earlier classes, isn't it? So there, electricity gets converted to, in an electromagnet, by passing electricity on a wire wound over a metal, what happens? It gets converted to a magnet. So electromagnet is an example. Next is nuclear energy to electrical energy. In nuclear reactors, nuclear energy from the nucleus of uranium, usually uranium, gets converted to electrical energy. Now, mechanical energy to heat energy. This also came for the board exam. Okay. So here, please listen. When you are considering water stored, it possesses potential energy. Then when the shutters are open, water will come down, isn't it? Then it will be having kinetic energy. When this water touches the ground, some part of the kinetic energy gets converted to heat energy. Okay, some part of the kinetic energy of the water gets converted to heat energy. That is why water coming from a greater height won't be so cool. It will be somewhat hot. Okay, so that is the reason. On striking the ground, a part of kinetic energy of water changes to heat energy, due to which temperature of water rises. So please underline that. It's a question. Okay. So please mark that. Mechanical to heat energy. Example for mechanical to heat energy: when water falls from a height, when it touches the ground, water becomes hot. The reason is some part of the kinetic energy gets converted to heat energy. Okay. Now, the next one is about the dissipation of energy or the degraded form of energy. So already I have told you about the law of transformation of energy. Now, when energy gets transformed from one form to another, some part of the energy will be lost, mainly due to friction, isn't it? Some part of the energy will be lost and we cannot use this energy for some other purpose. So that is known as dissipation of energy. The loss of energy when it gets transformed from one form to another can be called as dissipation of energy. And since that energy cannot be used for some other purpose, we will call it as degraded form of energy. Okay? Dissipation of energy, that is loss of energy. Since it cannot be used for some other purpose, we will say as degraded form of energy. Okay? Or degraded energy. Simple example. Earlier we were using the incandescent bulbs, which gives that yellow color light. Have you seen that? Incandescent lamps. So in that, what was the specialty of that? It had a filament. Those lamps will emit light only when the filament gets heated. So first the filament should get heated, then only it will emit light. And actually the filament gets heated means some part of the electrical energy which we supply is used for heating up the filament. And some heat energy is produced there. Is there any use for that heat energy? No. We cannot use that heat energy for some other purpose. Actually, what is the use of a bulb? Bulb is used in order to get the light. So here some part of the energy is converted to heat which is of no use. So that is dissipated form of energy. Okay. And also in the case of machines, even in the case of mixer, grinder, etc., It is an example for electrical to mechanical, isn't it? So when you are using a mixer or a grinder for some time, it gets heated up. So actually it works on electricity. Electrical energy should be converted to mechanical energy, but heat energy is also produced there, which is an unwanted form of energy. We cannot use that form heat energy anywhere, isn't it? So that is degraded form of energy. Usually energy wastage takes place due to friction. Okay, so just mark these points from this section and go through that. Okay, it's of not of much importance, but the transformation or conversion is important. Okay, so thank you children.